So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back once again to the Watch Market Update Show. Please do me a big favor and please give me a thumbs up and please subscribe to the channel. It will continue to grow the channel. It will continue growing, growing. We have harder homework than other channels, if you understand what I mean. So we have to keep on giving it a thumbs up, a thumbs up, a thumbs up, subscribe, 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 share, 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 right? So please don't forget that. Do me that big favor. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk a little bit about gold prices. Gold prices today are jumping up like flapping fish, like flapping fish, the flapping fish, jumping up, the price of gold is going up. The ounce of gold is $3,413. $3,413. And I see it going up. I see it going up. Silver, the silver price of the ounce is $39.27. $39.27. And the big one, platinum. Platinum is at $1,492 an ounce. Just a little while back, you could have bought, platinum for $800 an ounce. Okay? We have that taken care of. So, if you're following, these precious metal materials, and also don't forget to take a look-see at rhodium. Rhodium, okay, guys? Rhodium. It's a good thing if you look at rhodium. Ladies and gentlemen, I know a lot of you right now at this time of the year, summertime, you guys are traveling all over the world, and I'm going to give you some heads up. If you are traveling to London, there's no need for you. There's no need for you to take any of your luxury watches to that side of the pond. Don't do it. Protect your life, protect your health from getting, there's a gentleman that is dangerous. It's dangerous. I'm talking about dangerous because there's no money out there. There's no money out there. And we're talking about London, to all these channels, they're promoting their channels and buying watches and taking trains and taking buses under the rain, sun, whatever. Listen to me. Be careful with your health. Be careful with your life. People are getting clipped all over the place. That is in London. A young gentleman was wearing his, I believe it was a Bruce Wayne, a Bruce Wayne that he was wearing, and and he was happy, and over there he lost his life, wearing a Bruce Wayne oyster, oyster bracelet, So be careful. I'm telling you guys, I know it's summertime and we are all heading out to different parts of the world and country, but listen, do not take no watches, no matter what country you're going to. An example, if I'm going to Japan, I'm going to go with one of those little Swatch watches. They're unbelievable. You want to take it off and goodbye, it's finished, I even give them my wallet if they want my wallet too. I don't care, But I'm just letting you know about that, all right? That was in London. We also have, and he got killed. He got murdered, okay? Just in case you don't know that, a young man, he lost his life. Lost his life over there in that London city, okay? Also, there was a gentleman, which is a billionaire. This gentleman is a billionaire, stabbed in the heart. There you go. Listen, I don't know too much. I got subscribers that know more than me, and they'll write it down for you so you understand what I'm trying to say. Stabbed in the heart, again, corazón, in the heart. Very, very sad story. I believe he was a young man, a young father. He lost his life because, he loved this watch and he wanted to, wear it and be happy with it. But look what happened. He lost his life, over there in London, I'm not saying anything bad about London or England. I'm just saying, be careful. That's all. But then we have another gentleman that he's a billionaire with a B, billionaire. And, he was a baller, he went over there to Mykonos in Greece, in Greece over there in the islands, in Mykonos over there. And he had tremendous villa. We're talking about a billionaire, a billionaire. And he's over there having a good time and, uncorking bottles of Cristal and just living it up, in his villa. It got rack and sack. Am I saying the right word? Rack and sack, like when they throw things around the room and drawers and doors and this, that, TVs in the floor. And ladies and gentlemen, you won't believe, he had this. There you go, that word right there, okay? Listen to what this gentleman said, Thurston Howell III. He told you the right word. I didn't say the right word. So his villa got turned upside down. They were looking for money, jewelry, and watches, and they found the King Kong watch they were looking for. They found a Pharrell, a Pharrell, one of those guys, Pharrell, the singer, Pharrell, it's unbelievable. They found a Pharrell watch. Watch is over $1 million. At one moment it was over 2.5, and it just kept on dropping, and they say it's there at $1 million. But if it's in my watch market update, it'll keep on dropping. But they put down in the news that it was $1 million. They got lost, robbery. So do yourself a favor. If you're traveling to anywhere in the world, leave your watches in your safe deposit box. Don't even leave them in your house. Put them in a safe deposit bank. Put them in the bank, Put them away there. La situación está mala. The situation is very, very, very dangerous out there, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you this because you guys need to know all about these things, So you know already, do not take your watches in any trip. Don't do it. Be careful with your life. Your family needs you, your children need you, and your grandchildren need you, okay? All right. Ladies and gentlemen, as you know, as of, and if you don't know, well, you're going to know today. As of August the 1st of 2025, August the 1st of 2025, I say in the next couple of weeks, prices of Rolex will jump up again in pricing. Will jump up again. I'm telling you, these prices jump 4 and 5 times and 3 times in a year. They don't say a word to you about Xinjiang, what's happening in Xinjiang. They won't say a word if those rotor, if that screw was made over there in Xinjiang, but they will tell you that as of August the 1st, prices of Rolex will go all the way up, like the song, all the way up. And you understand why it's going up? Because the tariffs, we have tariffs from the U.S. government, to luxury goods, I'm going to tell you things in a little wrinkle way, and you guys try to understand what I'm saying, my subliminal message. You try to catch on to it, fluctuations in the value of the Swiss franc, the Swiss franc, unbelievable. Though, you can't blame it all on tariffs, you got to say something else too, So the franc too, and then what else, ladies and gentlemen? You know why it's going up? Because the price of gold is going up. One more time, because the price of gold is going up, ladies and gentlemen. They're only going to tell you it's because of tariffs, and they're only going to tell you it's because of the big bad wolf over there, over there, the new administration. But it's a lot of things, the Swiss chocolate bars are going to go up. La situación está jodida, papi. The situation is upside down. The situation is upside down. Let me drink a little bit of jungle juice so I can continue with this, Guys, if you disagree with what I just finished saying about the Swiss franc, gold going up, the U.S., tariffs, if you disagree, please write it down there. I want you to write it down. This channel is for you to write whatever you want. As long as you're not bullying anybody, bullying, bully. La palabra bully, ¿verdad? Bully. Like when they were bullying you in elementary school, it's fine. You can say whatever you want, Papa. I say things the way they are. You have to understand that this world is upside down. We are upside down. No matter what they tell you, we are upside down. The situation out there is bad. Está caótica, caótica. It's bad out there, guys. It's not a good thing, It's not a good thing. In everything that we talk about, something is happening out there. Look at that. In 2026, everything will be nuclear. I don't know. You guys know a lot. You guys, read a lot. So do I read. I also read a lot too, but sometimes I don't understand what I read sometimes because the ADD kicks in me personally, But I try my best to tell you what's going on, I'm telling you, I keep on telling you guys, be careful. Thank you so much, Thurston Howell III. Thank you very much for saying that. You're making me feel now that I can continue reading and that at least I understand what I'm reading, So you cannot continue thinking it's the U.S. government. Yes, it is the U.S. government, but it's a series of other things happening, More things happening, I told you that Rolex every year raises the price 2, 3, 4 times, and it goes all the way up, La situación está mala, papi. Things are bad. Things are bad. I want to take time for a moment to tell all of you something that I have to tell all of you something. You might be thinking, why is Juan, doing these live streams? Well, I'm going to tell you why, ladies and gentlemen. I have to do these live streams because a couple of years ago, I cornered the Muppet Boiler Room secondary great watch market channels and dealers out there with my prices. With my prices, I bring them down to their knees. No así que no, lo bajé. I bring them down to their knees. Listen and learn. And this is not a joke. This is for real. 2 years ago, I brought them down to the knees. I brought prices where they were at. But for some reason, they have an attack on us again. They're trying to artificially bring up prices again. Artificially prices, make-believe prices that don't exist. But I'm here. I'm here to protect you guys from that happening again. Again, the prices of me being here, prices are back down again. You might be thinking, this one is crazy. He's saying that it's him. Yeah, it's me. It's me. It is me. I take full responsibility. That is me. If nobody does this, prices will continue to go up and you guys will continue skip hopping around through life believing those prices. I have a watch market update to you on prices today that's going to blow your hair back and knock your socks off. I'm the only one doing this, guys. And if I stop doing this, they're going to get you. They're going to get you all over again. I'm not going to permit it. I'm not going to permit it. As long as that I'm here, I will continue doing this. When I stop and I step down, then you guys are on your own. Since you guys are not promoting it the way you're supposed to be promoting it, I have to promote it for you guys because you guys are busy. You guys are tired. You guys don't have time for this, but I have to. For a moment there, they had it. For a moment there. But I continue to insist. And when you continue to insist, you stop. They can't. They can't, papi. They can't. This is square business, what I'm telling you now. I must continue on because they almost had you already. They almost had us. You got people there that say that they're helping out the community, enthusiasts, watch collectors. Yeah, they're helping you out with a review of a watch they purchased, with a review of a strap that they're putting on their watch. With that review, this review, then that's not helping you out of nothing. What needs to help you out is this, la astilla, money. No money, no honey. Chavo, lana, cuartos, euros, lira. Italy when it was lira, liras. That's the way they help you out. Not by telling you that they're going to do a review on a watch, that the dial, that the movement. Papi, you passed that already. You guys have passed that already. You understand me? Then you got people like over here, like this corporate office. This is boring. You know why he's boring? Because he's a mashugana. Because I keep on giving this to him deep. I keep on educating his consumers. And they're steaming. I tell them in their face. Son lambones y palomos. And I will never stop doing this. I want to leave a mark. Juan Felipe Nieves wants to leave a mark. A mark. Who was the one that rattled, dismantled the Muppet Boiler Room secondary gray watch market? I want you guys to say Juan Felipe Nieves and his sidekick, Sweet Kid Kino to me, Joaquin to you. And this is why I'm doing this, ladies and gentlemen. They got you. They almost had you there. It was getting real close. It was right there already. Right there. But me making my videos, they had to go back out. They had to go back out. You know? You see, you guys cannot continue believing those people on 47th Street. You cannot continue believing that Sinbad and the skin tight, genie, That's enough already. You guys have to go out there and show them that you're not going to take it no more, guys. You guys got to be real strong. They almost had you there. They almost had you there. But you got to thank me. I'm self-proclaimed. You got to thank me and Sweet Kid Kino. Sí, Kino, se lo estoy diciendo. You guys ain't doing much. You guys are just moping around, moping around. I'm not annoyed. I'm just trying to tell you why I'm doing this, because they had you there. They had you. This is the reason why they're trying to look. Again, this is 2 doors. They're trying to do this to me. Lock it. Lock it. It's not a big problem for me. I can say it. I'm not afraid to say it. I'm not saying nothing bad. I don't use foul language. I'm not selling you a watch. I'm not buying you a watch. I'm not asking you for money. I can say what I want. I'm helping you guys out. Tell me, who's helping you out? Tell me, who's helping you out? Is Deputy Boxing Black Eyes helping you out? Is the Warris Fat Bastard helping you out? Yeah, he's helping you out so you can help him pay his, his gold fast red car. That's what he's doing. He's getting you to do that for him. But I'm here blocking it. I'm blocking it, from that happening. I mean, I'm telling you what it is, ladies and gentlemen. You guys have to go out there and you have to voice out. You have to voice out. You don't have to say that the watch market is dead. But you can say the watch market is not what it was. The watch market, it isn't what you guys are claiming it is. And you guys ain't doing that. You guys are not doing that. You understand? You guys ain't doing that. You guys are just skip hopping around through life, because some of you do have watches that you wish they were up there again. They're never going to go up there again. Never. Never. I had a character tell me in my channel to please stop using the word Corona beer, because we're not no more in the Corona beer. And I told him, no, I will never stop using that. That's the word they got you guys with the Corona beer. And they're still praying. They're still praying for another Corona beer to come by again. Like the guy over there, from the United Emirates over there. The guy that's short. He has a tunic. One thing in his head. And he has like $500 million in watches. He's waiting for another, one of those. You know what I'm trying to say, guys. Usted no puede ser lambones. Usted no puede ser lambones. It's your job, you 19 organic subscribers, to spread the word. It's not a bad word. It's not a bad word. The watch market is not what they say. Not the prices. Not the prices. I'll tell you one thing right now, because a subscriber to the channel has been asking me for this watch every single week, and every single week I tell him the watch is dropping. And here it is. I'm going to give it to you. It's the Rolex Yellow Gold. Yellow gold with the gold gauges. Green dial, 40 millimeter. Reference number 126508. The one that's taking over from the other, the John Mayer, whatever you call that guy. He's praying. He's praying for another. He's praying to, to his God, whichever God it is. He's praying. The tunic man, the tunic man. The white tunic with the thing in his hat, The Iron Sheik. The Iron Sheik, He's hoping for another Corona. But let's go back to this Daytona yellow gold green dial gold gauges. That watch was over $100,000. And I gave you a watch market on that watch last week. It's artificial pricing, guys. I'm going to tell you today, sir, don't pay for that watch. Listen and learn. Don't pay for that watch more than $76,000 and dumping. I'm telling you what it is. Don't do it. Don't do it. The watch market is dead. It's dead. The New York Watch Show was dead in water. They were buying from each other, from each other, from each other, from each other. That's what they were doing. And the retail price of that watch is $48,400. Come on, guys. Let's get real here. Let's get real. This is the reason what I'm doing. I'm defending you guys. You know, I have a subscriber here says that I've been saving you guys greenbacks, you know, shekels, money, euros, you know, I don't know, those words you use is just unbelievable, you know? And I try my best to help you guys out. But if you guys don't help each other out, we're in trouble, Bobby. We're in trouble. We're in trouble. This is why the big armies win. You know? This is bad. It's bad for you guys. I'm going to tell you something else, ladies and gentlemen, that you guys need to know about. Artificial demand, Bobby. Artificial demand equals tomato cans. Not recovering tomato cans equals tomato cans. And I keep on telling you this because you need to know it, Bobby. They were right there. They were sneaking in. They were sneaking in. But, you know, I came again. Boom, 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 boom. And they do this to me. All day, every day. You know, you guys gotta stop already. You guys cannot continue skip hopping around. This is why you guys are never gonna get no notifications, because it's not into the interest. No notifications. So I have to go live. I have to just go live so I can catch you guys. La situación está mala. The situation is bad. There's no money out there, ladies and gentlemen. I know. I have people that work for me, and they're having tough times. I know what I'm trying to tell you. Don't listen to me. You guys gotta be smart. This is all artificially. They are all spoofing on you guys. Not spoofball, spoofing. You know, it's a tactic they use. These people are unbelievable. Listen to me, ladies and gentlemen. I'm also going to tell you, I've been telling you guys to watch several movies that have been recommended by Organic Watch Channel subscribers. The first movie there was that, exactly, colluding, exactly. That's what it is. And they don't understand that. They don't understand that. And they tell you in your face, but the watch market is up and running. But the watch market is up and running. ¿Qué estás hablando? Exactly. I've been telling you guys that you guys need to watch the movie Network. This movie was recommended by a subscriber by the name of Ed Blair. And it's an unbelievable movie. It's an unbelievable movie. Believe me, it's unbelievable. It's up there. We have another movie that was recommended by Mr. Donut. Mr. Donut. He's another subscriber of ours. And the name of the movie is They Live. You know, They Live. But there's one that was recommended and he tried every single day, like Mr. Blair would do it too as well. It's called the movie Too Big to Fail. And there's over 60 actors in this movie. It was by the 2008, fall. You know, the 2008 fall of this country. We're upside down. People were pushing in a Chevrolet Malibu into the parking lot of a car dealership, and they were giving $5,000 for that clunker. You know, crazy things were happening in 2008, and the government was giving free money to everybody out there, to the banks, not to us, to the banking industry. And you guys gotta watch that movie so you can understand what's happening out there. You know, it's bad what's happening, Papi. You don't understand how bad. If you thought for a moment that the Corona beer era was bad, That's nothing. That was beautiful. You were getting free money left and right. You were getting free unemployment money, free PPP loans, free government protection checks to, to pay your employees. It was, money everywhere. We're talking about now the real thing. This is real now. What's happening, Papi? You guys are walking around blindfolded. You know the movie that people would cover their eyes? I forgot the name. I think she was an actress. She's an actress. Sandra something was in the movie. They cover their eyes. I can't see. I can't see. It's the same thing. We can't see nothing that's happening. But somebody has to tell you something. Thurston Howell III has to tell you something. Nelson from New Jersey has to tell you something. Mike Florida has to tell you something. I gotta tell you something. Sweet Kikino has to tell you something. Estamos jodidos, papi. We're bad. We're doing bad. This is Sandra Bullock. Exactly. What's the name of that movie? When they were blind people. Sandra Bullock. I don't know what it was. But we're like this. And you have to wake up. They don't want you guys awakened. They don't want you guys awakened. They want you guys to continue hopping around through life. This is why they are who they are. That's why they're the owners of the world, and we're just the pawns. Pawns. We're not no queen. We're not no horse. We're not no tower. We're just pawns. In the front line, ready to get clip afuera. Guys, you need to get it. It's exactly, man. You guys been mesmerized. MK Ultra pa la cabeza. And I love it because it's what it is. Nobody wants to hear somebody say something that's not what they want to hear. What they want to hear is, hey man, guys, to all my subscribers, thank you, Lou. To all my subscribers, I want you guys to know that I've been telling you for the last 4 years that the watch market is dead. Well, it has come a time between me and Kino to tell you that, ladies and gentlemen, the watch market is up and running, and all the prices that they're giving you out there, they're accurate. That's what they want me to tell you. That's what they want me to tell you. You understand? And it's only me. Can you believe that this channel threatens so much? You guys don't believe that either. Ellos no lo creen. This channel is like a thorn en el orto, a thorn en el orto, in the anus, just bothering and bothering and bothering and bothering. That's who I am. I'm a bother. And I love what I am. I love what I am, a bother. Because you guys are going to continue giving away your children's tuition money. You're going to continue giving away your wife's 401k. You got to get out of that cult. You guys are in a cult. Get out of the cult. Stop drinking the Kool-Aid. Stop drinking the Kool-Aid. No pueden seguir así. No sean mamones. No sean palomos. No sean lambones. Listen, man. When you see people hurting out there, it's not a good thing. It's not nice that you hear a person bought $100,000 watch, that he paid $100,000, and they're giving you today out there, that same dealer is giving you $20,000. Come on, Bobby. You cannot continue being cow tippers, possum kickers, man. You got to grow some balls. You got to grow balls. You have to. We drink some jungle juice, I'm on fire. There's a guy out there that he's English. I think he's British. I think Mr. Blair knows who he is. And he has a beautiful voice, He has an olive oil voice. And he's talking about watches. They're just, Gene's saying that they're just terrible. And he's saying that. And this guy belongs to that cult. But he's telling people at least that this watch is a bust. This watch is a bust. and he's doing something. That's the guy. That's the guy. Andrew, that's the guy. I'm going to say his name. That's the guy. You know what I'm talking about. Because you gotta say something, dude. And he is saying it. That guy Andrew, I don't know his last name, but that guy Andrew is a beautiful olive oil voice. And he's saying because this watch is no. It's Andrew something. You know, Andrew, he has a channel that has. That's the guy. That's the guy. Read what Mr. Blair said. That guy. And he's saying that, listen, you guys cannot buy these watches. These watches are a bust. And he's saying something that is true. But the rest are just being quiet. But I can't be quiet. I'm your voice. I am your voice because you guys are not voicing it out. If you are going to see those channels that they're going to give you content and you're just going to watch it and you say, oh man, that felt so good. You know, it was good. What good content. But you're not speaking out of what, you know. Exactly. That's an olive oil voice. That guy, Lou. That guy. And you know he's there. But if you guys are not going to speak out. Listen, speaking out is not a bad thing. If you don't use no foul language, if you don't bully nobody, you know what I'm saying? If you don't act like a wise guy. Like, let me explain to you something, guys. For real. You can come to my channel, and I want the ones who I have been able to get out of the show. Get out. You can come to the show and say something that you disagree. That's fine. And you can say something maybe it's untasteful, and that's fine too. But when you make it a habit of doing it every single day, you don't belong in the channel. You don't belong in the channel because your job is, you know, to sabotage the show. So what you do is you out. You know, you give them 1 chance, 2 chance, 5 chance, 7 chance, 10 chance. The 10th one, you're gone. You don't come back no more. That's it. You know, you've been dismissed. You know, and I'm telling you what it is so you understand what I'm trying to tell you. I don't care what you put down here. Now, when you become obsessive and it's every day the same thing and the same thing, listen, guys, I don't want to bring this up, but the nickel and dimes that you send me is for bubble gum for Kino, you know, bubble gum. That's all. I'm not selling nothing else over here. And I'm not telling nobody to buy me a membership. I do this for free because I want to do it for free because I'm stupid like that. I have a bunch of them. I have a bunch of, spookers, they're spooking around and hearing everything because this is how it is, They're watching, we got to watch this guy because, I told you that the magic number is this 10 times. And then it blows up. And you say, no, hold him down. I've been at 85, 84 and change for 2 months and a half. It will move. It will move. It will not move. You don't believe me? Mr. Blair, tell him, Mr. Blair. Tell him. It will move from there. And that's fine. Well, esto estando mío. Let me give you guys a watch market update, right? So you already know that the Rolex yellow gold with the green dial, gold gauges, new reference number, the 126508. John Mayer Daytona, don't pay more than $76,000. Don't pay more than $76,000. I love it, man. Don't pay more than $76,000. Don't do it. Our next watch is a Patek Philippe Complications with a salmon dial, the most beautiful dial I believe that Patek, produces. Salmon dial, 41 millimeter, world time flight back chrono, unbelievable. The 5935A. This watch right here, The price of it, the retail price is $68,109. And you might think, 'cause I spoke to you about this watch 2 weeks ago, or maybe last week. You might think this is platinum. You might think this is rose gold. You might think this is white gold. This is stainless steel. Stainless steel, ladies and gentlemen. Stainless steel. And the watch costs $68,109, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm going to tell you, Thurston Howell III, thank you very much for that super chat, for supporting the channel. Don't pay. Don't pay for that Patek Philippe Complications World Time Flyback Chrono Salmon Dial. Don't pay more. And this is practically a new, not used, new. Don't pay more than $46,000. Don't pay. The watch market dead. Don't pay. I mean, I know what I'm trying to tell you guys, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, I'm not going to permit them to get you. They can't get you. They cannot get you. They cannot get you while I am here. And it is dropping. It is dropping faster than Bill Clinton's pants in our Arkansas farmhouse. Ladies and gentlemen, our next watch is a Rolex stainless steel Sky Dweller, 42 millimeter. You know, this watch at one moment in that Corona era, you know, like that subscriber told me, don't use the word no more, you know, Corona beer era. You know who he is. You know what department he works for, you know? He's telling me, please don't use no more the Corona beer era. You imagine this, you know, possum kicker telling me such a thing? Unbelievable. Oyster bracelet, blue dial. This watch was over $35,000 when it was first released. $15,600 is the retail price of that watch. Ladies and gentlemen, you do whatever you want, but don't pay for that watch, for that Sky Dweller with the blue dial. Oyster bracelet, don't pay more than $17,700. And ¡dame! Kilo, jálame para atrás. Jálame. Echa para atrás. Jálame. ¡Bam! I know what I'm telling you. Listen, I gotta put a little humor for you guys so you guys can relax. A little humor, right? Just a little humor. And dropping, Mr. Blair. And dropping. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a watch that gets me sad. It really gets me sad. The watch that I'm going to talk about now. I'm going to tell you a watch which is unbelievable, the way it's made, their craftsmanship, their movement. We're talking about the Vacheron Constantin Overseas, the 5500V stainless steel with the most impeccable blue dial in the watch game. Chronograph. This is a watch, Papi. 42.5 millimeter casing. Unbelievable watch, ladies and gentlemen. The VC, Vacheron Constantin Overseas. For some reason, man, I'm even rooting for them. You know that, guys? I'm rooting for Vacheron, but they just, man, they just can't. They can't hang in there. It's bad. This is the old reference number. The old reference number. The 5500V chronograph blue dial stainless steel 42.5 with a retail price. I'm even giving retail prices today so you guys can record it or come back to the library and watch it so you can hear the prices. It's $35,600. $35,600. Ladies and gentlemen, you do yourself a favor. I understand you guys have deep pockets. I understand that all of you have deep pockets. We're talking about used. We're talking about used slider condition material watches in this channel. And don't pay for that watch more than $22,500. You know what? I'm not going to give it a drop because I have, you know, I have feelings for Vacheron Constantin. You know, it's awful. $22,500 and watch this and dropping and dropping and dropping. Just to let you know, it's dropping. This is another watch that another subscriber asked me for. It's the Rolex stainless steel deep sea Dweller. The new reference number 136660, 44 millimeter. Retail price is $14,700. $14,700. This is practically a new watch, you know, 2024, 2025. New watch. Full set. If it ain't full set, you don't want it. If it ain't full set, you don't want it. Don't pay for that watch and you do whatever you want. You do whatever you want. But don't pay for that watch more than $11,900. $900 and nothing. You do whatever you want. Do whatever you want. Our next watch is a Rolex, stainless steel, Sky Dweller, 42 millimeter, mint green dial with an oyster bracelet. Reference number 336934. Retail price is $15,800. You know, the oyster bracelet, not the Jubilee, oyster with the mint green dial. You know, don't be a tomato can. Exactly. Don't be a tomato can, ladies and gentlemen. If this would be the Jubilee, the price will go even higher. But it's the oyster bracelet. You know, the oyster bracelet. Don't pay for that watch. You do whatever you want, but don't pay for that watch more than $20,500. I'm keeping it there for you guys. The one is keeping these people honest is me. The one that is keeping all these people, all these watch dealers out there honest is me. It's me. So I take full credit. I take full credit. I said it wrong. Sweet Kid Kino takes full credit too. You know? I'm telling you what it is. You do whatever you want, but don't pay for that mint green Sky Dweller with an oyster bracelet, stainless steel. Don't pay more than $20,500. And okay, I'm telling you what it is. You do whatever you want. The watch market is dead in a backyard pool and floating face down like this. You know, in your back pool over there in Long Island, you know, floating. And Skippy the dog found you like this. Skippy the dog. Skippy the dog, you know. I know what I'm trying to tell you guys, you know. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Ladies and gentlemen, our next watch is a Rolex Platinum 40 millimeter blue baguette dial. Reference number 228206. Retail price is $70,300. This watch is from 2021, 2020. You know what I'm trying to say? You do yourself a favor, and here it goes. Remember, the one that's holding those watch price numbers down is me. Don't forget that. It's me. Don't forget that. You do whatever you want. You do whatever you want, but don't pay for that day platinum blue baguette dial. You know, 228206, $70,300. Don't pay more. Don't pay more than $49,500. You do whatever you want, papi. You do whatever you want. You want to continue maintaining those people. They eat the $17,000 steak dinners, you know, and the guy with the white shirt, t-shirt, and sunglasses, the make-believe paddock, because they took that away from him already, and he puts a big Fred Flintstone bowl in your mouth, and he pushes it back in and out. That's what you like, you know? You want to continue maintaining the red gold fast car with the Louis Vuitton Nike sneakers, ripped jeans, Supreme hoodies, Montclair sweaters, Lambones y Palomos, Lambones y Palomos, Lambones y Palomos. I know what I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen. I know what I'm telling you. I know what I'm telling you. This is awful, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, I have another watch here that you need to hear about this watch. This is a watch that you're going to say, wow. You're going to say, wow. I'm going to go back again to the Vacheron Constantin. Overseas. Rose gold. Unbelievable looking time machine. Rose gold. Fully rose gold. The casing and the bracelet. Chronograph with the most powerful blue dial in the watch industry. Don't let nobody else tell you that it's not. The one that makes the most beautiful blue dial in the watch industry is Vacheron Constantin. Beautiful. Sí, el azul, papi, el crono. Una jodienda reloj. Una jodienda. This is an unbelievable watch. But check this out. This is square business. We're talking about the new reference, 5520. 5520. This is gonna, blow your hair back and knock your socks off. This is the new reference number, papi. So you understand what I mean about Vacheron. I mean, Vacheron gives you this box. It's very elegant. It's beautiful, papi. These people in Vacheron, It's unbelievable. Rose gold, chronograph, blue dial. It's unbelievable. This is, it hurts my feelings to say all this. It really does. It really hurts my feelings. Chronograph, blue dial, 42.5 millimeter casing. The retail price of that watch is $84,500. Bobby, that's steep money, man. That's steep. Hey, that's steep money. $84,500. And then you put Uncle Sam's taxes on that. $84,500, and you gotta be a colossal, you gotta be a mammoth, you gotta be a blue whale, not a humpback whale, blue whale, one of those long whales, unbelievable, you have to be a monster. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna tell you the truth and nothing but the truth. So help me God. Don't pay for that watch. And you want it full set. You want it with everything that brings, with all the different crosses. It has crosses. The logo is a cross. With all the crosses, all the rubber straps, whatever it brings. You want it with everything. You want it with everything, Doc Mick. You want it with everything, Doc Mick in Florida. You want it with everything. And ladies and gentlemen, when you hear this, you're going to go, wow. Don't pay for that watch more than $65,500. And I'm being very kind to Vacheron. Not good. No bueno. No bueno. You guys do whatever you want. Ladies and gentlemen, I have here a watch that is a Rolex Daytona from 2018, 2019. Full set. Rolex Rose Gold Daytona 40 millimeter, reference number 116505. Fully rose gold. Unbelievable. Unbelievable watch. Retail price of the watch is $41,600. It has like a sunburst dial with the black gauges, hour, minutes, and seconds. Unbelievable watch. And I'm going to tell you, sir, if you're planning to buy this watch, don't pay for that watch more. And I mean, don't pay for that watch more than $36,500 in dropping, all right? You do yourself a favor. Do yourself that favor. Ladies and gentlemen, I have something here that's, it's one of the most sought after Rolex watches, Sky Dweller watches out there. It's really, people want this watch. It's, they're going after it. And when this watch was released, it's rose gold with a light blue dial. Rose gold with a light blue dial Sky Dweller. Check this out, boys. This watch last year, they were parading it around for $69,000. And people were paying it, papi. People were paying it. Boom, 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 boom. The Rolex Rose Gold Sky Dweller, one of the most highly sought after Sky Dwellers out there. 42 millimeters, the light blue, 336,935. Retail price is $58,000. My God, $300. $58,300. And I'm going to tell you the truth and nothing but the truth. You do whatever you want, but this watch is dropping faster than Bill Clinton's pants in an Arkansas farmhouse. Watch Mikey dead. And Skippy found you in the backyard pool in some Long Island. Like this. Floating. Dead. I know what I'm telling you. Don't pay for that watch. And you want it with all the bells and whistles. You want it with all the bells and whistles. Don't pay for that watch more than $53,500. You do whatever you want. This is the #1 watch market update show in the world. For free. For free. For free. Guys, I want you guys to know something. My birthday is August the 22nd, and we're gonna get a cake for me and everything for my birthday. My wife told me she's gonna get me a cake. So I'm letting you know, I'm inviting you to my birthday party, August the 22nd. We'll go live with my cake, I wanted to say opus in time, my cake. What do you think about that? It's a good idea, right? No, Kino, no te pongas bravo. Every time I say that, Kino gets jealous, But it's the truth. You know, we're going to do a live and we're going to do the cake, you know, so you can see it. Opus in time, you know, unbelievable. Just to let you know, my birthday is August the 22nd. I turned 63 years old. Unbelievable. I still feel like a kid. The truth. Ladies and gentlemen, our next watch is an unbelievable watch. It's an AP Royal Oak, black ceramic. Unbelievable. Black ceramic. AP Royal black ceramic, 41 millimeter, perpetual calendar. Reference number 26579CE. Ladies and gentlemen, this watch at one moment was over $350,000. And that Corona beer era, you know, the guy that doesn't want me to say no more Corona beer era, you know, 350, 375, 340. It was unbelievable, this watch. You know, black ceramic, perpetual calendar. Retail price is $111,900. In this watch market update show, we say the truth for you. We don't lie. We don't lie. Watch what I'm going to tell you. Retail price, $111,900. And I'm going to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, if you're looking for this watch, sir, don't pay for this watch more than $186,000. And sir, it is bang! Just to let you know, be careful with your money. Be careful with your children's tuition money, your wife's 401k. And if you have anything left in your 401k, be very, very careful because they're coming after you. They want that money. They need it. They need you. They need you to maintain their, you know, their lifestyle. I know what I'm telling you. I know what I'm telling you. Ladies and gentlemen, our next watch is a watch that this is called off catalog. You know, you gotta be, you know, you gotta be some, you know, you gotta be a monster, right? To get this watch because it's off catalog. You know, it's a Rolex Daytona with a mother of pearl MOP, you know, mother of pearl, diamond dial inside the mother of pearl, and it has a diamond bezel all around it. This is a mammoth watch. You know, again, you have to be Tarzan, King Kong, Cheetah. You know, Cheetah? You had to be, man, you had to be a big time lollipop sucker, you know? Unbelievable, you know? And this watch, forget about the price. It's, you know, who you are to get called in, to come to the back door, you know? Come through the back and they wait for you back there. It's unbelievable, you know? So, ladies and gentlemen, this watch is insane. You know, mother of pearl, diamond dial, diamond bezel, baguette bezel, reference number 126589. 126589 with the letters RBR. You know, you have to be big time for this watch. Off catalog. Retail price of that watch is $70,450. Even the off catalog is falling down. Even the off catalog, they're falling down. Don't pay for that watch, sir. I mean, you're looking at it, but don't pay for that watch more. And I mean, don't pay more than $67,500. La situación está jodida. No hay chavo, no hay chelo, no hay plata, no hay cuarto, no hay euros. No money, no honey, papi, no hay más. No sean gilipollas, no sean lambones. No sean palomos. No sean palomos. You gotta stop kicking tires. You guys cannot continue kicking tires. I'm the only one helping you guys out. The rest, I don't want to say the rest are cowards. The rest just want to be in that team. They want to be in that team. When I did this channel, when Kino did this channel first, this was unbelievable. We were, man, you know, but they have thrown at us, you know, some nuclear stuff, you know, if you know what I mean. But we'll leave it there. Ladies and gentlemen, our next watch is a Rolex Rose Gold Daytona Oyster Flex with a meteorite dial. You know, You know, this is an unbelievable watch. You know, the new reference number, 126621. You know, I said it wrong. Excuse me. I take it all back. I take it back. 126515. 126515. And ladies and gentlemen, this watch they were asking out there $120, $130, $140, $115. I'm gonna tell you, because I'm nice and because I'm stupid like that, don't pay for that watch. And I mean, don't pay for that watch more. I mean, it's still expensive, but this is the reality of the numbers. We have to give them out. You know, I will still hold on to my money and not buy still, because what's coming to you guys now, you know, when Halloween comes around, you know, the fall comes around, it gets kind of cold, and you know, people, the steam, you know, the steam, you know, to give your house, you know, a warm temperature, you know, it's bad. Don't pay more than $92,000. Don't pay more than $92,000. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a Rolex two-tone rose gold Yachtmaster 40 millimeter with a chocolate dial. Reference number 126621. Retail price is $17,850. If you're looking to buy that watch, don't pay for that watch. And listen to me, there's no money in the streets. There's no money in the streets, papi. There's no money in the streets. The only thing that's saving you guys is there's no money in the streets. Because if there would have been money still in the streets, you guys still would be believing everything they'll tell you. They don't have no more watch content to give you, papi. They don't have some jungle juice, you know. My wife has me drinking this thing, you know. She says it's good for the system, you know. I don't know what this is. Like oil, I don't know. Unbelievable. Don't pay for that watch, and I mean this, don't pay for that watch more than $13,000. You know, Yachtmaster with a chocolate dial, two-tone, you know? Don't pay more than that. Okay, guys? Listen, guys, this is our watch market update. We're done with the watch market update. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it's what it is. Oh my God, Thurston Howard knew it. You guys see everything, man. I gotta be careful, man, because you guys see everything. You guys see everything for real. Thurston Howell the third said prune juice, and that's what it is. Well, guys, thank you so much for enjoying me with the channel. I had a lot of fun with you guys. I really hope you learned something. And don't forget that this is the #1 watch market update show in the world, chosen by no other than Fudinki, you know? By Fudinki, you know? Don't forget to also try to join our private watch group. It's under my name, Juan Felipe Nieves. Scroll down to About. You'll find there Opus and Time watches and request to join the show, the channel. Right, guys? Anyway, guys, thank you so much for all your help, you know? For just being here, you know? It's a lot of fun. Thank you so much again. Anyway, guys, like I say every week, take care and brush your hair. Thank you. Prune juice, like prune face. Love you too.